Actually, no, I think we'll skip that. So for a beginner runner, how would they start? What would you suggest? Like, how would they train? Would they do sessions or just easy runs or what?
Um, it depends on a lot of things. So it can depend on how old you are. Another thing could be it depends on what your background is. How active have you been? Have you come from other sports like football, triathlon, cricket, or even, I mean, there's lots of factors that you can take in. So what I'd recommend is the first thing if a beginner runner like ask my advice, I would say the first thing I'd say is what sports do you do? If the answer is they do nothing, then I would say to them, well, we need to start really slowly, so easy runs only. And they might be like, oh, this is boring, but the reality is if you've done absolutely no sport, your body isn't fit, it isn't conditioned. If you start just running hard track sessions and ruining yourself, which a lot of people do, you're not going to be in the sport very long and you won't enjoy it at all. So if you not have any background in sports or activity, then you have to acquire that baseline of fitness, even if it's just a month of easy running. Ideally, you want a few months, but most people aren't patient at all. So, yeah, you want that baseline. If you have been active in sports like football, rugby, and you do have good fitness, then I'd recommend that you also start with easy runs, but also you can add one session a week as well straight away because you'll already have that baseline fitness. But again, don't jump straight into speed two, three times a week. You still need to build up slowly, even if you've had a background in sports, but you have the benefit of already having fitness. Whereas the person who hasn't done sports, if they were to just jump into all these sessions, I mean, you'd have to be an absolute genetic miracle to not get injured from doing no sports to then training hard session three times a week.
And could you talk about some of the mistakes you've made as a runner, a running YouTuber? Both, really?
Uh, as a runner, the mistakes I made were leaving my athletics group in 2015. I kind of cut myself off from that group. Went through a lot of injuries and other mental health problems, and also went through a lot of different diets and nutrition. I was a bit confused, and anyway, I left my group, and I really regret it. I look at it as a big mistake because I was running really well back then. But looking back on it now, absolutely none of those people that I was training with still run anyway. So they all gave up as well. I'm the only one that's still trying to train and get back to fitness. They all just completely quit and gave up. So, but I do definitely regret leaving that group. In terms of as a YouTuber, the biggest mistake and regret I think would be kind of swearing in my videos or being so honest, because now it also affects how I can't really benefit from all the followers, or I can't make a career out of my channel
Would you agree
as
that the
as
world
a normal athlete would.
would you agree that the world worships fakeness nowadays?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm 17,000 subscribers and not one sponsor will touch me now because there's a lot of my controversial stuff. They won't. They won't even accept anything. And I mean, I think, do I regret not being fake and acting? And I mean, sometimes I do, because then I wouldn't be in this situation struggling so much. But also, I look back and think, well, I want to stay honest to all my followers. So I don't know if that's kind of a mistake or a regret, but definitely with the training with the group one, that's definitely something I regret. But I learned from it and definitely look back on how I can try and join a new group somewhere. I mean, it seems pretty impossible at the moment, but yeah, I can't think of any more at the moment. No.
Um, what do you think about some of the deception running, like the unsustainable training programs? Does that anger you, like, the 4 track sessions a week you were doing when you were young?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing as well now because I said I regret leaving the group, but that's pretty much what we were doing, was unsustainable training, extremely hard sessions all the time. Um, I think it's for people who don't have knowledge about running. I think it can be quite. It's quite. I mean, I think it's just wrong. I don't know what other word I can use. It's just wrong. The people selling these plans, the coaches who are coaching these athletes in this way, I think they kind of know deep down how it ruins them. Because I mean, if you've been a coach long enough, then you'll see the athletes. They just come and go. None of them can stay and continue to build up. Especially at the club level, they just come and go. Especially the junior level. So I think these people that sell these programs and also the club coaches, I just think, I'm not angry at them, but I just think what they're doing is stupid, and I want to ask them, why are they coaching? Do they realize? Do they not see what's happening? Why everyone's just giving up after 2 years? Why they can't hang on to a team strongly? Why they all just give up after a few years or plateau or. So yeah, I'd definitely say with those kind of programs, the unsustainable training schedules online, they're designed to just be sold, fast and make the most money. So it's very difficult to actually make a lot of money or any money through giving honest advice and honest training programs, because it's just like you said, it's fakeness that makes the money. And yeah.
And last point, what should I say? What are your future plans, career plans? Like, would you be ever planning to move out of your parents' house, or is it you're gonna make money from YouTube, or ever get like a part-time job or anything else going, or?
Yeah, I mean, at the moment, I'm currently trying to have multiple income sources. So whether that's Deliveroo, which I'm planning on starting, or dog walking, which I currently do. YouTube channel, I make extremely low amounts of money. Like, I wouldn't really class it as an income per month. My Patreon page is building up, which is I'm just really appreciating my Patreons who are supporting the channel and actually can see how stupid kind of the sponsors are and how fake everyone is who gets sponsored. In terms of my plans, I'm definitely plan on building the channel up. 100% plan on mainly getting faster at running. I mean, I know I'm not slow, but to talk my talk, I've got to walk the walk, so I need to start getting a lot faster, because although, my times aren't slow, they're pretty good, but I wouldn't say they're amazing. So most people aren't going to listen properly until you're amazing, so that's just how the world works. If you haven't got that certificate or badge or PB, then no one really listens or cares. So in terms of moving out, where I live, the prices are just, you'd have to be in a full-time job, your whole time just kind of locked down into a job in order to pay rent or mortgage. So definitely looking at alternate things and things I've got planned, which I haven't announced yet. But yeah, definitely increasing my different streams of income, but I've never had an actual real job ever. So I don't plan on getting a full-time job or anything for sure. I think it's very difficult this way, but it's just the way that I picked. So I think you usually end up working even harder than someone that is in a job, because you've got so many things to work on.
It's worth it if it's a passion,
Yeah, you're not, they work 9 till 5 or 8 till 4. Well, you're thinking all the time, but when you're going to bed, you're thinking, or you're doing work or emails or something, so it's like a life, difficult. But of course, I enjoy it, and that's why I do it. So yeah, I definitely keep planning on just I've got the foundations for everything. Just plan on building it more and more, so more dogs to walk. Get my scooter insured, got an old scooter that I'm going to do up, and then get that for deliveries, and keep posting the videos, and of course keep training hard for running. And yeah, that's my plans, definitely. So yeah.
Okay, I'll probably end it now. It's 10 minutes.